So let's start at the top left-hand corner, and here we can choose our patches. Next, we can choose our presets. We can also go into the browser and select presets this way. More on this in a tutorial called Patches, Presets, and the Browser. So let's move forward. Click out of the browser here. To the left of it, it says Tab. Our current BPMs in this session are set to 95. If we tap this, we can set our BPM sync to a different figure other than what's set in the session itself. Let's just say we want that delay to be a little bit behind the beat or after the beat. This is how you'll do it. Nice. Next, you can save a sound, save as, or delete it. Again, I cover this in great detail in another tutorial. Let's move forward. We have the quality of the sound. If you're experiencing some playback issues, this would be a great place to start. You can also take a look at your buffer size. And next, we have a custom shop. You can actually buy sounds, buy amps, buy a whole bunch of things. So here you see you can buy products by brand, stomp, amp, cabinet, mic, rack, and more. Now I'll be going over this as we use Amplitube 3, so we'll have an example of how to buy some of these great sounds. Also, if you wish to change your personal information, you can automatically open that up in here by clicking on that icon. It takes a moment for it to load, but it's very convenient for you, just in case your address has changed or you want a piece of hardware to be shipped to the right address. Well, this is how you do it. And if you have any questions about the custom shop, press the question mark here, and that will populate the help menu of the custom shop. Here it goes. Great, very convenient. Next, we have the routing of the signal. We have 8 possibilities for routing. Number 1 looks like this: mono in, to the tuner, to the stomp effects, amplifier, cabinet, rack, another set of racks, and then out. You can bypass each one of these stages if you wish. You can also change the routing by clicking on one of these numbers here. Let's go number 2. There we go. You can see the routing has changed. Changes again to 8 different settings. Goes to the tuner, it splits in 2. Then it merges here, splits in 2 again, and then merges and goes out. Very interesting and very convenient to have these choices. Remember, make sure that you choose based on how it sounds. Don't just start with something because there's a lot of different routes for the signal to go. Let's move forward. Over here it says input. And we can turn the level of the input up if we wish. And as we turn the level of the input, you can see that the value changes here in the value window. This is a noise gate. Play with the release of the noise gate and the depth of the noise gate. There we go, the noise gate turned on. Next we have a tuner. It's a mini version of this tuner. Go. Next, we have this selected module window here, and that is for the cabinet. We can pan the output of the cabinet, we can change the level, we can also change the phase of the microphones and the mix. More on this later. Finally, we have the master, and that's pretty self-explanatory. That's just the master out. Okay. But wait, there's more. Over here, we can see what our authorizations are. what we're eligible to use. Alright, so if you have the free version, it wouldn't say is working with permanent unrestricted functionality. Mine is the full version. Preferences here. You can turn the oversampling feature on and off for the various stages in here in Amplitube 3. Oversampling basically takes the signal at its sample rate as it gets into the computer, oversamples it and makes it higher resolution. Then you can change the signal, whatever stage that you want to change it in inside Amplitube 3. It can be a gain stage, it can be an EQ, it can be an amp, etc. Okay, so as you can see, we have stomps oversampling, right? EQs or maybe a compressor. With a pre-oversampling, we have the amp oversampling, and then we have a high resolution setting. So the more of these that you have on, of course, the more CPU that Amplitube will use. You can also select between real spring verb or digital verb. You can play with the room ambiance. You can have it real or you can have it digital. You can play with the cabinet resolution. Cabinet global bypass if you wish. If you don't want to have any cabinets, you can do that. And then the tempo source can be either the host or it can be a preset. What they mean by that is if you've saved your preset with this BPM setting, then it will follow whatever the presets say. Alright, let's close that. Info is simply just Amplitube 3 and all the people that made it. Thank you for doing that. We have the user area here. And that basically brings us to the IK Multimedia user area where you can do a variety of things. And now we have some automation windows here. This is for MIDI control. DAW automation, and controller automation. We'll be working with all of these features later in a tutorial that works with automation specifically. Finally, in this corner here, it says Stealth Pedal, which is a great pedal that IK Multimedia sends in a package with Amplitube 3. You can also get one of these Stomp IOs, which is a higher end IO. But you're not limited to IK Multimedia's IOs. You can use a third-party IO and it will work just fine.